right, Miss Trivia, so we are back. So we want to continue, walk us through what you have done.
Okay, so we would put 11 over 8.
So we have 11 over 8.
Yes, sir. Then we would have put back our addition sign. Then we would say 316
All right.
would be 54.
316. You sure that it would be 54?
Oh, sir. No, sir. 48
All right, so you should get 40.
plus 48 plus 9. Is that correct?
Oh, it would be 40
316.
plus 9 give you what?
58. 57.
All right, so you'd have 57. Everybody get
Over 16.
all right, so 48 plus 9, 57 over 16. All right, so that's what you get. What next?
Then we would add 11 plus 57.
Think? Could we do that?
Sir, we did just add them knowing that the LCM would be 16, so I just add them
What do you
and
add?
put it over 16.
What do you add?
11 and 57.
That's where you would go wrong. So that's because to add 11, remember now, 11 is over 8. In order to be able to add that fraction, you have to convert that to a fraction with a number over 16. That's the reason for the LCM, right? So
Yes, sir.
we find the LCM, which is said that it is 16, Miss Trivia. So
Yes, sir.
to convert this 8 over 11 to a number which is something over 16, what we need to do, we can do that one of two ways, right? We can say 8 into 16. So you divide the LCM by that number. So 8 into 16 give you how much? Ms. Trivia?
2, sir.
Right. So you take the 2 now.
2, sir.
And times it by the 11 to get the numerator to be now 22. So it means that this fraction up here would become 22 over 16. You follow what I'm saying now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So what we have down here now, because remember now this 1 bar that we have down here, we just write 1 bar because the denominators are the same for all the fractions. But in reality, if we never had 1 bar, we would have to have 22 over 16 plus 57 over 16. So we just use the 1 bar because we don't want to be repeating the 16 in all the fractions. Is that clear? Following?
Oh, yes, sir.
Right. So now we need to add.
Yes, sir.
So when we add now, what we will get?
78.
So we get 78. You sure it's
79. 79.
79 over
16.
16. And now, if we are to mix that, if we are to convert that into a mixed fraction, what would we get? How many times 16 can?
4. 4, sir.
4? Is it only 4? 4 times 16 give you what? Oh God. 64, right? Always 64 from 79. Well, apparently, yeah. Apparently it's still, it's 4. Yeah, I think, yeah, so it's 4. So we would have 16 into 79 goes 4 times, and what is the remainder?
15.
So it is 4 and 15 over 16. Did anybody else get this answer? Raise your hand. Okay, good. Let's wait some on the screen.
Excuse me, sir.
You got that too, coming?
Yes, sir. I got that answer, but I worked it differently.
Or you work it with the whole numbers?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let us do it that way and see how it works out. Because you may find it easier one way as opposed to the other. So let us see if it would work easier that way. All right. So if we are to work, can I go ahead and erase what we have here? So I'm going to erase what we have here. All right, so if we are going to work by adding the whole numbers separately and then add the fractions separately, then it means that we would have to add the whole number 1 plus the whole number 3 by themselves. So we're going to call those the whole numbers. Then now we need to add the fractional part. So this fractional part is 3 over 8. And this fractional part would be 9 over 16. And so when we add the whole number part, Miss Cumming, what did we get? Miss Cumming?
4, sir.
Right. And then now what about the fractional part? What you notice about the denominators, are they the same? Miss Cumming?
4, sir.
Yeah, we got the whole number part to be 4. But we're looking now at the fractional parts. So we have 3 over 8 plus 9 over 10. Sorry, 9 over 16. Now, I'm asking you now, are the denominators of the fractions the same? It's coming. Are you hearing me well, Miss Cummings?
Four, sir.
All right, so apparently you're not hearing me well. All right.
So my internet was in trouble.
Okay, because I noticed that you were stuck on the 4, but we would have gone past the 4 already. So I was asking you now for the fractions. Can we add 3 over 8 plus 9 over 16 like that? It's coming. All right, Ms. Cummings, you're not responding very readily, so I'm going to ask somebody else to the question. Ms. Green? Can we add 3 over 8 plus
No, sir.
16 like that? No. Why can't we just add them?
No, sir.
Why can't we add them?
Because the denominators are different, sir.
Right, so what is it that we need to do now?
We need to find the LCM.
All right, so
Because the denominators are different.
right, so the LCM would be what?
16.
16. Everybody should be in agreement with the 16. Now, what do we do next now, Miss Green?
We divide the 8 and the 16, sir.
Oh, you divide the 16 by 8 and you get what?
Yes, sir. 2, and then you're going to multiply the 2 by the 3.
And you get 2 3s give you?
6.
All right, good. So next what we do?
We're going to divide the 16 by 16.
And you get?
1, sir.
And so the answer going to be what? We'll take the 1. What we do with the 1?
Multiply it by the 9.
And we get what?
Get back the 9.
All right.
9.
So for the numerator now, for the fraction, we're just going to add the numerator and we get what? 9 plus
15.
So you will get 15 over 16.
16.
Now, if you're adding a fraction with a whole number,
15.
you can just group them together.
Yes, sir. I would get the
You will
4
get
and 15
4
over 16.
and
4 and 15
over
16.
16. Is that clear with everyone? Let me see the hands of those who understand it this way. All right, so that would be, anybody else? I'm not hearing from some of you. Some of you are sitting in silence. Miss Wilson, you want to say something? Miss Wilson, I see your hand raised. All right, can you lower your hand, Miss Wilson, if you're not going to say something? All right, now we have question 4. Who would like to walk us through question 4? Mr. Shamar, would you like to walk us through question 4?
Sorry, I have to keep done it just yet.
I'm not hearing you. What did you just say?
I haven't done it, sir, as yet.
You haven't done it as yet. Okay.
I'm just working.
Who else can I ask now? Mr. Ojeno,
Yes, sir.
can you walk us through question 4?
Okay. First thing I do, sir, are the whole numbers.
All right, so let me rewrite the question on the right-hand side. So we have 7 2/3 plus 6 and 3/5. And you're saying to us that you are going to approach this question by
Add the whole number first.
separately from the fractions, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so when you add, you would add what now? Tell me.
7 plus 6.
All right, 7 plus 6, and that would be the whole numbers.
Yes, sir.
And then now we would have the fractions added separately by
Yes.
themselves. So we have 2/3 plus
3/5.
3/5. All right, so when you add 7 plus 6, you get?
13.
All right, so you have 13. Now for the fractions, what we do is to find the LCM. What is the LCM here?
LCM is 15.
All right. So our LCM is 15. All right, so let us now find what the numerator should be. Continue, Mr. Jane. Mr. Jane, now walk us through.
The numerator would be 3 into 5. That 3 into 15 goes 5 times, and that so will be times 5 times 2. That would give you 10.
Okay, so that's 10. Next, for the next one.
5 into 15 goes 3 times, and 3 times 3 give you 9.
So that would be 9. All right, so what would we have here now when we add the numerators of the fraction?
We have 19/15.
All right, now 19/15 is what kind of fraction?
Improper fraction.
And so what we need to do here is to convert this into a mixed number. So what would we get?
You will get 1 whole number and 4/15.
We get 1 and 4. All right, so what are we going to do next now, Mr. Adreno?
Then you're going to add this, the whole number that you get from 7 and 6 to the 1. And you will get 14.
So we add the whole
4.
numbers. So we're adding the 1 with the 13. So we get
14.
and then we
four
keep it back with the fraction. So we get 14 and
4/15.
4/15.
Yeah, that is it.
All right, let me see if you got the answer. Not necessarily with the same method, but you got the answer. All right, I'm only seeing 2 hands. The screen, 3. Was Miss Scott, did you get any of, did you get this answer? Mr. Arthur, are you following us? Because I realize that you're not responding. Trivia, did you get the answer? Or do you understand how we get the answer? Are you there, Trivia? Are you able to hear us or to hear me? Guys, I need a response. If you're not hearing me, just if you are hearing me, just raise your hand. Trivia, you hear me?
No, sir, I'm not hearing clearly.
You're not hearing clearly. All right, so I'm hearing you though. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand what we just did with this question? Ms. Trivia?
Can you go over, please?
Are you saying that you want me to go over the question or you want me to repeat what I said?
To go over the question.
Okay, all right. Well, do I need to erase it and go from scratch or can I just walk you through what we have there?
No, sir.
So I can just walk it.
Just go through what you have.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
based on what Mr. Ojeno says, his approach was to add whole number parts by themselves, then you add the fractional parts by themselves, and then now in the end we merge back the two together, which would be the whole number with the fraction. Now in the question, we see that we have a whole number. In the first fraction, the whole number is 7. The second fraction, the whole number is 6. So we group those together and add them. So we add 7 plus 6. Now for the fractional parts, we group those. So we have 2/3 and we have 3/5, and we group those and add them as fractions. So over here, we add the whole numbers as whole numbers. So we add 7 plus 6, we get 13. And over here, what we notice that adding these two fractions, we need to find the LCM because the denominators are different. So we have one with 3 and one with 5. So the LCM of 3 and 5 will be 15. So we put down now LCM to be 15. Now we say 3 into 15 goes how many times? 3 into 15 goes 5 times. So we take the 5 times the numerator here. 5 times 2, we get 10. And that's how we get this 10 here. And for the next fraction, we take the denominator into the LCM. 5 into 15 goes 3. And so we multiply.
And I'm not.
3. Are you hearing me, guys? Are you hearing me, Miss Fabia?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here we get 3 times 3 give you 9. So now the denominator is 15, so we just add the numerator. So the LCM we already have, so we add the 9 plus 10, we get 19. Now 19 over 15 is an improper fraction. So when we have improper fraction, we need to convert them to whole numbers. When we convert 19 over 15 to whole numbers, we see that we get 1 and 4/15. Now, to complete the addition here now, 1 is a whole number, so we need to add it to the whole number 13. So 1 plus 13 gives you 14. And the fractional part, now we just merge it with the whole number. So the answer is 14 and 4 over 15. Is that clear? Ms. Trapia?
Sir, I'm not clear on where you have the 13, where you merge the 1 and the 13 at the bottom there, where the
Right.
13 plus 1.
All right. So what we're doing here, because we convert this 19 over 15 to this mixed number, right? And because we have been adding whole numbers up here. Now we see that we have 1 in this fraction is a whole number. And we already have the whole number 13 that we have been adding the 7 and the 6 and we carrying it down. So now that we convert this 19 over 15 to 1 and 4/15, we are going to take the whole number part, which is the 1, and add it to the whole number, which is 13. Now, if you add these and you get 14, what remains as the fractional part would be 415. So if we are even saying 14 plus 415, that would mean that we would merge them as 14 plus 415. Follow?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So that's how we get that. Any question about what we have just done? Anybody? Is everybody clear on these questions so far? All right. Is there anybody who is there anybody who interested to do question 5 and question 6? Anybody? Raise your hand. Anybody want us to look at question 5 and question 6? I mean, the rules are the same. It's just that we have more fractions that we're working with. All right, so we can go. So, all right, Ms. Waysome, you want to walk us through question 5?
Sure, sir.
So question 5, we have 3 and 3/8. Plus, maybe I should continue with the red. So we have 3 and 3/8.
Jenny, pack away your clothes then. Pack away your clothes.
Plus 5 and 2/7. Plus 4 and 3/4. Now, what you want to do here, Ms. Waysome, you're going to decide which way you're going to work it. Are you going to convert to improper, or are you going
No, sir.
to
No, sir. No. What I did was the group all the whole numbers. So the 3, 5, and the 4.
Okay, so let us do that. So we're going to add the whole number parts by themselves together. So we're going to add the 3, the whole number 3, plus the whole number 5, plus the whole number 4. So those are the 3 whole numbers that we're adding together. Then we're going to add the 3 fractional parts. So we have 3/8 as the first one. The second one we have 1/8, 2/7 rather.
And then 3/4.
And then we have 3/4.
Yes, sir.
All right, so for the whole number part, when we add 3 plus 5 plus 4, we get 1.
Oh, sir.
12. All right, now for the fractional part, we need to find what?
The LCM, sir.
All right, so what would you get for the LCM here?
56.
All right, so the LCM is 56. Can anybody else confirm that they got 56 for the LCM? Raise your hand. Did anybody else get the LCM 56? All right, Trivia. Anybody else apart from just Trivia? All right, good. All right, so now that we can confirm that the LCM is 56.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Waysome.
Yes, sir. So we say that
8 into 56 goes 7 times. So 7 times 3, that's 21.
So we have 21 there plus
Plus 7 into 56 goes 8 times, sir. So 8 times 2 give you 16.
that's 16 plus
Plus what? 4 into 56. How much that again? I don't remember how much time now, but when multiplied by 3, I get 42.
4 into 5 goes 1 and 4 into 16 goes 4. So that would be 14.
I think 14.
So 14 times 3 would give you what, miss?
42, sir. Yes, sir.
42.
Yes, sir. Then when you total the numerators, you'd get 79 over 56.
So you get 79 over
56.
6.
Yes, sir. Considering that it's an improper fraction, so we're going to change it to a mixed fraction where we get 1 whole and the remainder of 23 over 56. We then add the 1 whole to the 12, which gives us 13, and keep the fractional part, which is 23 over 56. So the answer is 13 whole and 23 over 56.
Did everybody get this? Or did anybody else get this? Raise your hand. All right, very good. Very good. All right. So did everybody get to do question 6? Raise your hand if you have done question 6, guys. All right, Miss Waysome. All right, Miss Comment. Who else did question 6? Jano? Who else? All right. All right, so for those who did not do question 6, just try it for your homework now. Now, on the website, let me see those of you who actually gone to the worksheet and saw the questions. Raise your hand. Did anybody go to the worksheet on the website, students? To get to the worksheet, first you need to go to the class notes. So you have class notes from September to December. You're going to click on that. When you go in it, you're going to see the list of topics that we're doing. So when you find, wherever you find fraction, you go across from fraction and click on worksheet. If there is any worksheet there, then you click on the worksheet to see what is there and do that. Was there any worksheet in that section for anybody? All right, so all right, I will check to make sure that the worksheets are there. And then now you can go ahead and do the rest of the questions. Some questions are there with fraction, with multiplication, and some with division. And some may have some subtraction. So practice those, and when we meet next class, we'll be looking at some of those. All right, guys, so I'm going to stop here for tonight, and then we'll continue on Thursday. Any question, any comment? All right, so if nobody has anything to say, I am going to.
Sir, before you leave, any word on the SBA topics as yet?
The topics will be based on the, if you go into the SBA options from the website, the topics are already there. So what will happen when I put you in terms of groups, because for SBA, we cannot have more than 5 persons to a group, right? So if we have more than 5 persons in the class, it means that I'll have to put you in groups. So depending on how many persons in the class, if we can split the group into 2 equal amount, and each group should not exceed 5. So depending on how many students we have when we're making these groups, then when you fall into the group that either you choose or I put you in, then you are going to decide on the topic collectively. So the group going to decide on the topic, and then from there you're going to share the task of doing the SBA. So people are going to decide which part of the SBA to do. But when the time comes for that, I will be walking you through the process of what you're expected to do for the SBA. So you'll have a pretty good idea what to do. All right, Ms. Waysome?
Yes, sir.
So I'm giving you about another 2 weeks, a week or 2 before we start having a discussion on the SBA. All right, I know you would like to start the SBA early so that you can probably get it out of the way before exam. All right, but generally SBAs are not due until the ending of February. So I will try to get it done so that you have enough time to finish it before that. All right, guys. Any other questions? All right, so if there's no other question, now I'm going to stop here.